How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Patty. We're making a concerted effort to seem more like a human being today. But no, for real, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm still crappy here and there, but definitely starting to get better from whatever was going on. So appreciate everybody hanging in there with me through some of those videos. I know I look like a little bit of a dead man, and some of you were very quick to comment how dead Petty looked. Appreciate that, boo. That doesn't hurt a sick man's feelings at all. Y'all gonna make me cry. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Appreciate y'all coming by today. And oh lol, Petty did it. Oh, Petty did it. He finally unlocked another class on his main. We have been testing out fighters today on our main assassin boy. So our core isn't exactly your normal build, but we'll talk about this. So essentially what we want to kind of do with this video today is just make a fighter's guide so that we're kind of covering all the basics and everything. Now that we have real translations for everything, it's going to be a great time. So welcome to the official fighter's guide. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? All right, so first thing first, the question that we're going to get asked the absolute most is what's your core going to be? There's two main variations of the core. First one's going to be 9 fire, 5 water, and then 2 greens. You can see that is not exactly what I have. I've also seen a lot of 9 water and then 5 fire and then 2 green again. So I'm obviously still built for my assassin, and I am so close to having all my gems level 10. So close. We'll be there soon. Petty doesn't play enough. I know. But yeah, the fighter is just looking beautiful, guys. So typically you want to go for more AP than I currently have. I will tell you this, with as much MS and crit that I have, I'm doing a lot of damage. Almost all of my hits are multi-hits, and they're doing the same amount of damage as my normal hits. So quite often I'm doing double damage. I don't know how much the modifier for AP or armor penetration is, but you know, if I focus that and I was just doing 60% more damage than normal, then I'd be getting more damage out of having the MS build, because I'd be doing double damage all the time, which is 100% more damage. So I don't know. We'll see. I definitely in like 3 weeks time see a fighter's guide, or an updated fighter's guide coming out, where we've actually hammered some stuff home. So real quick, let's go ahead and talk about the skills real fast for anybody that missed my last video. So everything on our left side here is going to be your skills when you're just the fighter. Everything on this side over here is going to be what your or Titan has, and your Titan is kind of just over there in the corner, blip blopping away, doing his job like a pet would in WoW or something like that. So he's constantly there. His skills all share the cooldown duration, so they have different lengths, but say if you use one that's, you know, okay, the cooldown duration is 20 seconds. 20 seconds after using this move, you'll be able to use the other ones. Some of these have a much longer cooldown, but it's, you know, just something to be aware of. I want to say that, yeah, this 120 is the longest one, and they get progressively smaller, 60, 40, and then a 20. So just something to keep in mind with your actual skills. There's also an energy percent that you're building up to. And then once you reach 100, you merge with your Titan, and you guys just start tearing some stuff up. These attacks hit pretty hard. I've been very impressed by the damage output that these guys have put out. Also, in between weaving your two, you know, main attacks, and these can also feed into certain combos and everything. But there's a combo system that's going on the entire time your fighter's fighting, and these have all different effects. Some of them are pretty interesting. I'm seeing people talk about a lot of unconfirmed stuff at the moment, with what these guys are able to do. But once you get comfortable with the combo system and, you know, what these are actually doing for you, there's some real PvP potential here. So fighters are going to be super super fun in PvP, and I cannot wait to make that video. So from here, let's go ahead and just take a quick look at the talents. These, I haven't gotten anything on the CN side as far as what the current meta for fighters is over there to be able to tell y'all. Going through the skills myself, these are the ones that I picked out and enjoyed the most. So starting at the beginning, our options are Flurry combo. The Confused Strike effect applied by casting 2 different skill combos in a row can stack up to 3 times. Doesn't sound too bad. Surging Energy. When casting move 3 Flame Wave, increase self crit rate by 20% for 8 seconds. Not too bad. And then increase the damage of skill combos, basically all of them, by 25%. Rocking with this one right now because this is just consistent damage across the board for all of them. I have a feeling that this might be really beneficial, but I'm still doing a lot of autoing, and I need to reset up my key bindings to kind of work with how how fighters work, so that I have more control over what combo I'm doing, because right now it's a little messy and I want to clean it up a little bit. So yeah, these are, definitely some tough choices to go through at the beginning. Here at the B level, we've got Conflagration. Black Fire Punch will inflict a flame mark on the target for 8 seconds. If Punch Move 1, Capture Dragon, hits a target inflicted with flame mark, it will deal physical damage to it and up to 5 nearby enemies. That's just, some pretty solid moves. I hope if you have something like this selected that the AI favors that combo more. I do not know if it does that by default or if that's something that you'd have to be a little bit more active with to get the most value out of. So the second one's going to be Lightning Speed. After casting Flying Swallow, increases the damage of move 2 Rage Tide or move 3 Flame Wave by 60%. That's not potentially too bad. Snow Silence. After the infusion, for every 10% HP the mecha has, increased its damage by 2%. For every loss of 10% HP is increase. HP increase. Okay. Whew. One more time. I'm sorry, y'all. After the fusion, for every 10% HP the mecha has, increases its damage by 2%. For every 10% lost in HP, increases its damage reduction by 2%. Oh, okay. So if it's at 100% health, it's what is that going to be? 20% damage increase, and as it loses health, it's going to get less benefit from the damage increase, but start putting that into damage reduction. So that's super interesting. Reason I didn't go with this is because this only applies while it's in the fusion form. So this feels like it's going to apply more often because I know how often I'm going into that robot form. And there's some fights where, if I'm soloing a dungeon by myself, there's been quite a few times where I just don't get enough energy to be able to use it because I done killed things too quick. So I definitely feel like I get a little bit more benefit out of this one right now. Moving up to the A talent, first one we've got is Globe. After casting Vajra Power, I'm sorry for mispronouncing that horribly, increases the cast attempts of Wind Thunder Strike and Wind Thunder Kick to 5, also increases Wind Thunder Strike's damage by 30%, enables the last move of Wind Thunder Kick to cause the target and hit recovery for 1.2 seconds. I think that's worded a little weirdly right there. But okay. Next one's going to be Skybreaker. For every 12 seconds, increases the damage of move 4 Cloud's Split by 100% while rendering the target aerial. Potentially not too bad. Nano Repair reduces the revive CD of mecha by 30% and grants it 40% fusion energy after revival. Again, I feel like a lot of these green ones are kind of survivability based, and might be really great for PvP. But I'm definitely leaning towards these ones that are, feeding into the combos that are always happening no matter which of your skills you're using. So I like feeding into that underlying bottom line to try and raise everything up, or at least that's the thought we're going with right here. Up at the S level, we've got Wind Blossom Snow. Each casting of skill combos, Capture Dragon Rage, Capture Dragon, Rage Tide, Flame Wave, and Cloud Spirit will reduce CD of Vajra power. I'm sorry. By 2 seconds and everything. So each time you use a combo, you're reducing the cooldown for one of your basically like buff skills. So that's seems pretty nice. Next one's going to be Critical Point. After the fusion, when mecha HP is below 20%, increases attack by 50%. When mecha HP drops to 0, it will enter invulnerability for 3 seconds before self-destruction, dealing a ton of damage to enemies within 5 meters and knocking them up. So this is one of those ones that I think might be incredibly gross in PvP. But again, it only applies to when you're in the fusion, in the robot. So a lot of things have to happen before you're then at that point. So while this is situationally very powerful, it is very much the first thing situational. So that's why I lean toward the first choice. And then over on the last one, we've got Synchronised. After the fusion, increases robot HP by 30%, increases fusion duration by 8 seconds. When in battle and not in fusion, restores fusion energy by 1% per second. This one actually, you could make a strong case to go to this one. Because this is going to make that form more accessible, I then see these other ones making a lot more sense if we have something that's already going to be feeding and making that cooldown, potentially half of what it is now. So if it was twice as much active, then we might really see some of these being used. I'm definitely going to try some of that out in PvP and see how it goes. But for right now, I'm going to keep it, this one, because I think this has more even and more active PvE effects. So real quick, let's take a look at their EX skills too. Oh, did I really unlock Royal Fire? Hold up. Turn up, y'all. Turn up. Bam. How you doing? How you doing? That makes Patty really happy. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry. I've been working towards that a little while. Some of you probably got that a month ago and are like, come on, Patty, man. What are you doing? Just let me have this, okay? Just let me have it. I'm just playing. Appreciate y'all. All right, so first one we've got Indra and Dota. I'm probably just butchering it and dragging it behind a truck. I'm pronouncing it so badly. I apologize. So summons a lightning strike that strikes right on the spot, applying radiant power upon oneself and the friendly targets within 5 meters. Increases 592 points of crit for 15 seconds, and the Titan will unleash radiant power upon self. Meanwhile, it also increases the damage taken by enemy within range by 15% for 10 seconds. This damage amplification effect will drop to 3% when dealing with enemy players. Fair. When radiant power is ended, it will deal damage to enemies within 5 meters, rendering the damage they deal reduced by 20% for 5 seconds. Okay, so that last hit reduces the damage they're doing. There's an initial hit with it when it first goes off. And then there's the very last one applies a little bit stronger one. So, okay, and it only, replies a reduced amount here. Huh. Okay, no. I messed that up. I thought so. I was like, wait a minute. I just tripped. Alright, so this increases their damage taken, and then this one reduces the ones that they're doing at the very end. Got you. I heard the keyboard typings from the future coming back and mocking me. We got it, guys. We got it. So second skill, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Unleashes Fighter's Fire of Devil Heart, rendering friendly units within 8 meters to the block their own pain senses. which increases their physical and magical defense by quite a bunch, and damage taken, or physical damage taken, by 20%, and raising crit resistance by 15%, and going into super armor status. Titan will also receive 50% damage reduction. This is potentially something super strong to pop as you're fusing with your Titan. Nice. Between the two of these, I've been using Indra, but this guy I might take into PvP because that sounds pretty strong support. But yeah, not too bad. For some of you that might be at this point wondering what the strengths are for this guy in terms of some of the other classes, I can't say 100% what this means. But when I changed from assassin to fighter, and I've made very little other changes since doing that, I've maybe gotten another 2k rating, so nothing absolutely crazy. Let's real quick count the number of Dragon Slayer ranks that I went up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's it. But that's still a lot. That's 5 stages that I cleared basically on auto without having any greater mastery of the class. So I think we can say that Fighters is gonna do pretty good for itself. I'm definitely excited to spend some more time with this class. So another thing that we probably can touch on a little bit, since I don't know if I want to make a whole video on just the pet changes. Where is... yeah, here it is. So for the star array, they basically gave pets a sigil system, and I'm not going to say that they absolutely gave pets a better sigil than we get. All I'm going to say is you get 20 rating per upgrade for their sigil system. That's all I'm going to say. We only get 8 on ours, but they get, 20. And you're only getting a portion of the stats that you're getting from your pet in the first place. So that's how much better it is. That's 20% of something we're only getting 30% from in the first place. So I don't know if anyone saw the how can we make Dragon Roger better video, but one of my points was that sigil system needs some work, boo. Needs just a little bit of work. So just to give you guys a little bit of a look of how all the different skills and everything operate, we'll pop into here real quick. So you can see up in this corner here, icons are gonna appear, and those are essentially the the hits to the combo. Be real nice if they actually kept popping up correctly, but things are kind of dying a little too quickly. Can we go to 90? No, it won't let us into 90 yet. Sad face. But these guys just do absolutely great damage. I am very, very impressed, and you can see the frequency that multi-strike and everything is going off. So even when I go to, change my core around a little bit, I really do appreciate the amount of dexterity that I'm getting here. It's nice. So definitely want to get AP a little at least higher than these two, but I don't want to throw okay, my MS is not that much. There is a buff on me right now that's making that 2700. But yeah, no, this class is absolutely gross. Trying to think if there's, in terms of allies, anything that boosts AP and crit would be really good for them. So like allies like No and everything would probably be really great to have in your center for them. But the ally system is doesn't change too much from class to class, because not all of us have enough 6 stars to be like, oh, what am I going to optimize my build with today? Most of us have whatever 6 stars we have. So all right, guys, I think that's actually going to go ahead and cover it for today. Let me know if there's any more questions that you guys have, specifically for fighters. Definitely going to try and get a PvP guide out for it in the next couple of days. I definitely this weekend want to spend a little bit of time experimenting with some of the different talents and everything. Ooh, that's one of the things that we forgot to take a quick look at. All right, so not to make this another, oh my god, we're already at 20 minutes, super long video. This is what I'm prioritizing right now. Mostly because this is one of the most interesting trees, with this one giving endurance regen, and this one just giving straight damage or bonus damage to aerial targets. These skills are broken up in a interesting way. All the way over here is all just stuff for your robot, essentially when he's by himself, and in the middle is just survivable stuff for you. There's not as much room for a lot of variance as I've seen with some of the other classes and how they can actually impact like rotation and everything. These just kind of supplement your damage a little bit. There's nothing absolutely insane with all of these. So we'll do a more in-depth guide for that later, and actually go through and look and talk about all of those. But that we don't have time for that right now. We've already ran way over what I wanted to. But I appreciate y'all's faces. Let me know if you guys have any more questions for fighters. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the new update. And you got a pretty house. I can't afford a pretty house because I have a pretty fighter now. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. And you go catch your boy in the next one, because we out of here. Deuces.